We did some chit chatting yesterday about stuff that we've been enjoying over the course of the year. I figured we'd return to it today and see if anybody else had anything to add. I didn't have a chance yesterday to chat about it, and some of our both I think Julie and Colin were going to hop in and chat as well. But I wanted to quickly. There were two specifically. I got three things that I've really enjoyed this year. One is the TV show. It's on. I guess it's on Disney Plus. Yeah, right. Only Murders in the Building.
Oh, I totally forgot about that.
So it's a new TV series with Steve Martin.
Hulu in America.
Yeah, okay.
Hulu.
We don't have Hulu here, so it's on Disney Plus here. So Steve Martin, Martin Short, and Selena Gomez, which, I mean, Steve Martin and Martin Short together makes kind of complete sense. They've been working together for literally decades. But then you throw Selena Gomez in there and you're like, all right, that sounds interesting. And it is, without question, my favorite new TV show. I'll say that specifically, new TV show of the year. It is fun. It's goofy. The entire cast is just incredibly solid. Definitely think you should check it out. And then the other two things are YouTube channels that I've discovered this year. One is Dank Pods, who is a Australian mostly audio guy. He started out doing like iPod repairs, and then has sort of since audibled into looking at old MP3 players and doing headphone reviews. He just recently hit 1 million subs on his YouTube channel, and just a super fun guy. Like he's one of those, like, there's a new video, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to watch it. So he's been great. And then the other YouTuber who is enormous, but I had never heard of them before, is Jaden Animations, who is she does these sort of like super well animated videos. Like they only come out every couple months because they require a tremendous amount of work, clearly. So I just discovered her this year after she played, I think, a really hard Mario level and made a video about it. And then I just sort of watched the entire channel, and it's great. Her sense of humor is fantastic. The animation is great. Once again, highly recommend checking that out. I've also been asked to remind you folks, confirm your addresses and your donor accounts. Nothing to do with media in 2021, but, confirm your donor account in your account, or confirm your address.
Just sliding that in there. I like it.
Just
Desert Buzz 2021 is media in 2021.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what we're telling you to do.
Yeah, exactly. Was there anybody else here before we bring in Colin and Julie who didn't get a chance maybe to talk about some stuff or remembered more stuff from between yesterday and today?
I watched lots of things. I don't know if there's anything else that I can like definitively really recommend. The Only Killers in the Building is interesting though, because I looked at that and I haven't checked it out, but I saw it and I was a little skeptical. But the James Turner recommendation does carry a lot of weight.
It was very good.
I'm gonna check that out.
Yeah. Only Murders in the Building. It's very good.
Yeah,
I remembered a quick YouTube thing when you're done.
Go for it.
This is not new, but if you haven't experienced it, you should. June's Kitchen is a great YouTube channel. That's a gentleman who lives in Japan. They are like Japan life YouTubers, him and his wife Rachel and June. But he has a separate channel for just his cooking, and they are super like well edited and super low key energy. And he's just passionate about cooking, and they're very tightly edited. And it's perfect. He also has I think they're up to 4 cats now, and several of them are trained and like able to go outside. So all of these like videos start with him on a nature walk with one of his cats, just like hang out in beautiful Japan. Super, super worth it for great energy and good chill times.
Nice.
I'm gonna say. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say again. Like I know we talked a lot about Ted Lasso last year, but if you didn't pick it up last year, pick it up this year. The second season was also very good.
Still very good. Avoid the Ted Lasso discourse. Just watch it. And
just watch it and enjoy it.
Yeah. I see we have a Colin. Hey, Colin.
Hey.
What kind of stuff have you been enjoying this year?
Yeah, a lot of fun, interesting pandemic recs for me. One of the ones actually I just finished up before Desert Bus that was recommended to me during a diversity, equity, inclusion session where we were discussing media to consume sort of in the genres you like, but told from sort of more diverse perspectives, is Lovecraft Country.
Yeah, it was so good.
That was a very good show.
Oh man.
Yeah, that was new to me this year, and it just very, very not safe for bus because it's very much an HBO show.
Deals with some heavy material, but
yes, deals with some very heavy material, but yeah,
just so well done.
I love the way episodes would just drop you in the middle of something, and you had to try and figure it out as it went along.
They didn't get a second season, did they?
I don't believe so.
Yeah. That's a bummer.
Mm-hmm. Because that ended on an amazing place to start a second season.
Yeah.
It wasn't a cliffhanger. It could be viewed as a self-contained story, but it could have also been expanded.
Yeah.
For sure, yeah. Yeah, Chad is right in that the scariest parts of that show were nothing to do with the Lovecraft mythos.
Nope. Definitely not. Anything else?
For YouTuber, they weren't new to me this year, but they started really producing content again this year. Ristic Studies video essays on magic.
Sam's great.
So good. Like my favorite video essays on the internet. And that call time one that he came back with is just, if you liked, it got discussed on one of the other shifts, if you like the lore of call time, just a very excellent piece too.
Yeah. If you like that type of content, the video essay content, and are a fan of magic, then you are doing it wrong if you're not watching Sam. But Ristic Studies on YouTube. He is fantastic. Cool.
And my last third one would be, just to encapsulate so much, is Inside by Bo Burnham. If you haven't seen it, watch it. It will probably trigger some things for you.
It's pandemic-related, isolation-related things. If you're still not in a good place for that kind of stuff,
for sure.
Maybe delay it a little bit, but it is definitely worth a watch if you want to parse a lot of those feelings. And there's some really good songs in there that he's put in the mix.
Yeah, I understand that is not an amazingly comfortable choice for a lot of people.
But when you're ready, definitely check it out.
Definitely, yeah.
My one note on Inside, because I have a different opinion, but I'm not going to go into that, is just ignore the Netflix tag that says comedy. There are funny moments. Don't call it a comedy.
The first half before the intermission, I'd say, is more comedy angled. After the intermission, boy howdy.
Thanks, Colin. Those are all solid.
Thank you for having
about
me.
A few of those. That's all of yours, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I will phase out now.
Make sure. I didn't want to. Didn't want to cut you off in case.
James, if you were talking, you were muted.
Yeah.
Julie. Perfect. Share with us your
Me.
cursed or blessed recommendations. I never know what I'm going to get from you.
Hey, no.
Tell me
You're
I'm
an
wrong,
all-star.
Julie.
Well, I'm actually just coming in with a couple of video game recommendations.
Ooh, yes.
Have y'all heard of the critically acclaimed, massively multiplayer? No. Um,
Can I welcome you to
I
the Church of
installed it
Final
today,
Fantasy 14?
by the way.
yeah.
I reinstalled it again today because I'm hopeless and keep
One of
going
us.
back to it.
Didn't you say you didn't know anything about it when you were about to do your?
I've played like the first 20 levels, 15 levels, like over and over and over again because I keep
Oh.
bouncing off it.
Well, you can play up to level 60 on the free trial, including the expansion.
Really, I've heard.
That's
That's
good.
interesting. I've never heard that before.
I do actually have two completely unrelated video game recommendations from
Mhm.
2021, though I am super looking forward to Endwalker, which drops soon. But first up, I've got to say Echo Opus of Starsong, which is beautiful, story-rich, mostly side-scrolly, a lot of just reading stuff, with the occasional bout of, space battle-y, pew-pews and upgrading ships and whatnot, but it's absolutely beautiful. It's a Taiwanese studio, and something about, like, Taiwanese storytelling in general really gets me. It's the first time I've ugly cried on stream.
Wow.
Beautiful. Like I'd say like there's a few different stories going on. If you need any kind of emotional catharsis, definitely check it out. Emotional catharsis in space,
The best place to have it.
right? In 0G, no one can hear you sob.
Oh, they absolutely can. And that's okay.
Crap.
This actually looks really good.
It was amazing. I didn't really know what to expect from it, and I got so much more than I thought I would out of it. The art is
Sob
beautiful, the
jam.
music is beautiful, the character development and storytelling, environmental storytelling is something that I absolutely love in a game. I'm a huge sucker for it, and it pushed so many buttons for me. I highly recommend it. My other game recommendation from 2021, and I know Andrew was a huge fan of this too, but I think he's still asleep, is Chicory.
Yep.
If anybody's
It's
played that one.
the painting one, right?
Yeah. It's by the same people who put out Wander Song, which is another game I loved. Yeah, Chicory is a delight. is a very good way of describing it. Yeah, you are, oh god, it's adorable. You play a little doggo friend who one thing leads to another, and she becomes in charge of putting color in a world that is otherwise black and white and coloring book style. It does touch on a lot of feelsy stuff as well, but what I really appreciate about Chicory, besides the gameplay itself, which is again really, really fun, is their dedication to accessibility. They're really big on in-game content warnings, which is really nice. There's also just a ton of general accessibility settings, again, as there were for Wandersong as well, but I feel like they ramped them up in Chicory, which was really important for me. For instance, like I have ME, and often that affects my, cognitive functioning, my reaction time, and so to be able to go into the settings and increase the reaction time allowance for certain actions in the game, I was able to continue playing on days when I in other games I would have had to stop.
Nice.
And
yeah,
I
that's
really
great.
appreciated that.
Great addition. Yeah.
It's something I'd love to see more of in gaming.
Heck yes, more accessibility in games, please.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot more of that recently, and it's really great to see. I'm glad more studios are getting on top of that.
Yeah, it's really good. I mean, there's nothing to lose, only tons and tons to gain by adding more accessibility options to video games, and I'm glad to see studios catching on to that.
2 solid Rex.
Yeah, something I wanted to. I've talked about. I think I've talked about it on Learning May Run podcast, but a game, and people have mentioned it in chat and stuff. In terms of good feels and things, a game that I played. I had a lot of enjoyment playing with my brother. we've been doing a thing where we play games remotely together. He lives in Boston, but we can play things. And we were playing Spiritfarer, which of course is, if you haven't played it, it's a wonderful, wonderful game. But it's one of these great games that you can play with somebody. When you play it with somebody, the second player takes over control of the cat. And it's got a neat kind of, Sonic and Tails kind of thing where like everything can be done by one player, but the other player can also help. So, especially if you have like one person who isn't, doesn't have as much experience with platforming type games and stuff, you can have both players sort of working together on doing things. It's a lot of fun, and it works really well over like Steam remote play type stuff, which is great. And although there's the aspect, so one person plays the girl and one person plays the cat, and so the only difference between them is the girl's the only one who can actually talk to people to like interact with stuff, right? Which you go like, hey, well, how come I get right? It's like, right, I'm a cat. Of course, I can't talk to the person.
Yeah.
And then you're like, well, wait, the other person is an elk. Why? It's like the magical realism of this. That's the line that they're that they're like not going to cross.
The cats can't talk. It's fine.
But
amazing.
And actually, in a TV show, I just remembered that is super neat called Reservation Dogs.
Oh yes,
it's also on Disney Plus. I think it's on like FX
It's on Hulu in the US
and Hulu or different places, but it's super neat and super funny. It's created by actually a sketch comedy group called the 1491s. They're a Native American First Nations. I don't know what the name in the United States, what they prefer, but anyway, a First Nations group that and it's a really neat. I love watching comedy that's created by people with a different perspective like that, because there's all sorts of jokes about things that you don't even know that's a thing, and now both you find out that that's a thing, and also you find out the funny part of that thing, which is such a I don't know. I as a comedy person, as somebody who loves comedy and writes comedy and stuff, that's my favorite way to learn about things, is to find out about and really interesting, wonderful culture, and also find out about what they consider to be funny about their own culture.
Rad. In terms of Spiritfarer, it's a game that I haven't played, but definitely watched a lot of. And if you want to watch a little bit more about Spiritfarer, Carrie on Zeta Shift and Dan of Playframe have done playthroughs of Spiritfarer, where Carrie lives her best cat life as the cat, as you mentioned, Paul. I have never seen someone just inhabit the spirit of cat
immediately
more than
go
Carrie
full
in
cat.
that video. Yes.
And
it's
also,
incredible.
If you played Spiritfarer like a year ago, go back and try it again, because
they're adding stuff.
They keep adding. They've literally added like 3 new amazing characters, added a whole bunch of great like stuff to the end of the story and things for free. The I don't know what the economic model of it is, but I very much appreciate it. It's great.
Yeah, that was one of my recommendations for last year with Spiritfarer, and I was glad to see that they're adding more stuff this year. It's very good.
Definitely been on my radar.
Cool. Did you have any other recommendations, Julie, or is those your 2 big ones?
Those are my 2 big ones. Also, I'm really stoked for a new Dashboard Confessional dropping early next year.
Nice.
Oh my
Because this is
god,
the
right?
It's been
timeline we're
so
in.
long.
Okay, can I share
You might say I feel vindicated.
Beautiful.
Have you
Perfect.
seen the YouTube channel Felt Emo Might Delete Later?
Felt emo?
No.
Yeah, okay. They only post about once every like 6 weeks, But I'm pretty sure they actually had the dude from Dashboard Confessional show up and do a cameo in it. If you haven't seen it yet, do yourself a favor. Actually, hold on. Maybe I can grab one and throw to engineering. Maybe I'm derailing things too far. But if we're talking about emo, you can't not talk about Felt Emo Might Delete Later.
So it's specifically one like performer. It's their personal channel, and it's just I see what you're talking about.
I'll have to check that out.
I think we're trying to get engineering going back a little here. Is it this Matt Cutchell person?
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
I'm throwing a video that way. They're so silly. There is bleeped profanity in the videos, just as a heads up to see how it goes, but it's very good.
Profanity.
On this channel? My word.
Heavens to Betsy.
I'm getting the vapors over here. Just thinking about it.
Anyways, Dashboard Confessional. Yes, Julie. I
Yes.
too have hair everywhere. You know how it goes.
You can get that taken care of. If you want.
Hmm.
You don't have to.
Also, Fangamer with the 42069 donation during that.
Never
That's
changed.
really nice of them.
Never
A
changed.
plus. And we hit 704,000. Thank you so much for getting us above 704.
There have been so many order wins as well recently. Okay, we're ready with the video. Let's try and make this a don't laugh challenge too. Let's
Okay.
see if you
Don't
can
laugh
just,
challenge. All right.
All right, just see
All
if
right.
you can make it through this.
Everyone get a sip of water.
Okay. Oh yeah, hold the water in your mouth. No, that's
Oh,
a bad idea.
we're doing the Smosh style? Okay.
I
Oh,
can't
that's
afford
not-
to do that.
That's,
Yeah, me
that's
neither.
not a good
There's
idea.
too much expensive stuff in front of me.
Oh, can we get audio in our preview?
Yeah, they're on it.
What's wrong?
Nothing.
You haven't been acting like yourself.
I'm fine. I'm just a little bit stressed out.
Matt, you can talk to me. Are you okay?
Actually, I'm not okay.
Matt, no! I am trying to have a serious conversation with you right now.
Well, if you wanted honesty, that's all you had to say.
What's wrong with you?
I never want to let you down or have you go. It's better off this way for all the dirty looks. The photographs your boyfriend took. Remember
Serious
when
problem.
you broke your foot from jumping out the second floor? I'm not okay.
Why are you like this?
I'm not okay.
I'm not okay either.
You and me.
Not so bad. No! Oh my god!
Oh,
What will it take to show you that it's not the life it seems? I've told you time and time again, you sing the words, but shut up.
And it's all these songs from like 2003 to like 2008. So I don't know.
I wanted. I don't know. I don't like don't laugh challenges because I'm like I want to react to this.
I really mean it. I'm okay. Trust me.
Yeah.
I love the idea that the emo like comes after you like a wave, like it just you're totally you're totally normal, and then just suddenly you get the eyeliner and your hair goes all
Yeah.
black.
Your hair goes everywhere.
You got a good one.
Yeah.
Fangamer again?
Screaming in
Really?
the deli.
Hey.
Fangamer.
Fangamer is they've got a chunk of money that there has been raised from the t-shirts, and they are disseminating that at their discretion, I guess.
Yeah.
Nice.
In the form of dank nugs.
All right, looks like James is ready to switch back. Julie, thank you so much for joining us. I guess we'll see you
Yeah.
again in like 15 minutes for
Yeah.
I'll miss y'all.
games. Yeah.
Have
I
fun in
miss you too,
Heaven's
Chili.
Ward.
I'm not okay.
I was
Perfect.
fully expecting when like the whistles, like the basically the tinnitus sound after he fell out of the car to come back to like Ghost of You or something to really. So I was fully expecting that.
They normally what I like about that video is it's one joke. It's
You
like
all hear me, by the way?
Mm.
Yeah,
Yes.
we can
Yeah, we can
Yeah,
hear
yeah,
you.
yeah.
All right, cool. I don't know what happened earlier.